Hello and welcome to another indie game development live stream. Okay, let's get right into it. I spent most of my day working on Islanders, which, by the way, comes out April 4th if you haven't wishlisted it yet. Link for that is in the description. Dang it, streams open. Why is that not muted? Here we go. Classic mistake. Yeah, check that out. But for now, we'll keep working on Will You Snail because we've got to make some progress on that as well. It's gotta be all about Islanders. Let's just check which level we left off. And main goal for today, I think, is just to create another tower defense level, to make another interesting tower defense level, and to hopefully polish the tower defense stuff out a little bit. Oh, hey, Jaleko. Did I pronounce your name correctly this time? Jaleko? Jaleko? Steppa, hey. Okay. Let's play through the content real quick we have already. Oops. And then we'll create a new level. And one thing I definitely want to improve is the look of the towers and how the projectiles of the turrets look. That looks a little strange at the moment. I think we can make that quite a bit better. Oh no. This is basically already game over now.
Very nice. The simulation is running in rage mode. I love rage mode.
Okay, I think that is all working as intended. Very nice. I'm just looking for an excuse to play my game. Nice. I wonder if it even makes that big of a difference which turret you choose. Gotta try that at some point. I'm sure at the higher difficulties it makes quite a difference. So far I definitely feel like building a lot of sniper turrets is the way to go.
I got you.
Well, did I touch any enemy stuff there? I didn't see that. Okay. So now we have one defense level where you shoot up, one defense level where you shoot to the side. I think in the next one you will shoot downwards. And then it's probably enough for this gimmick. Maybe we can introduce one more enemy type. That could be cool.
You've got to try harder than this.
Alright. Let's create another one of these. Are you all doing fine? I did pronounce it correctly. Hey! Applause for me! That's awesome. Did I ever manage to pull that off? I don't think so. Also, hey Zoe Toby, welcome to the chat. I'm hyped. I'm so hyped. Both for Islanders as well as for Will You Snail. Okay, I think I can remove the XXX from this level name. And duplicate this. Blah, 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 blah. Call it level 12, tower defense. And then I think one level setup we haven't tried yet is one. I'm not sure. What we need to keep in mind is that in this level you'll probably shoot downwards. So how can we make the level layout look so shooting downwards makes sense, you know? That's probably the main thing I want to think about here. First of all, remove all of the mini-game crap here that we don't need. Okay, let's just pretend the thing you need to defend is somewhere down here. because then we can shoot down at the enemies, right? That's the basic idea. Do you have another idea for an enemy type, by the way? If you have any ideas for enemy types, please let me know in chat. Still open for suggestions, especially if they are easy to implement, because I'm lazy. But I'll also consider them if they are a little more complicated. So I imagine most enemies will probably go into the goal somewhere down here. And enemies probably come in somewhere here at the top. Not quite sure yet. Yeah, maybe we can have an entrance here. Where enemies kinda go down here. That looks quite reasonable. And then what do we do here? Maybe we can have two entrances and one... Maybe one has a really short rush distance or something like that. That could be interesting. And mean. Oopsie doopsie. Are there also bouncing elements? A bouncing enemy could be cool. Yeah, I mean for the tower defense levels, it would probably be cool if they could just follow a default path. I'm not exactly sure how to implement bouncing enemies into this tower defense section. That sounds a little complicated, honestly. I have to admit, there are bouncing enemies in the beginning section of the game, though. Do you make your own website for promoting and distributing your game? No, actually for Islanders. And in case you're talking about Islanders, we don't have a landing page for Islanders. Simply because we think there are more important things to do right now than creating a landing page. I mean, having a landing page is obviously awesome, but our priorities are not on that. We mainly want to make a better game and make sure people know about the game, and a landing page is not super necessary for that, because people will mostly find the landing page when they already know about your game, right? They're not gonna find your game with your landing page. They're just gonna land on your landing page when they're looking for your game. And in that case, they'll probably find the Steam page anyway, so don't think it's that big of a deal not to have a landing page for your game. Good question. An enemy that creates a new path or something just like that? Oh, you mean an enemy like in Kingdom Rush, where there's an enemy that destroys a bunch of blocks and then crashes Game Maker and then has a new path. I really need to be careful not to press those stupid camera hotkeys while I'm in edit mode. I'm sure I didn't save that crap. Well, we're 10 minutes into the stream and we basically start over again. Ooh! Why, Game Maker? Why does this hotkey make you crash? I really don't understand. What the hell? I mean, okay, the level's still there, but it's... it's completely gone. Okay, I guess. Not gonna lie, stuff like that's pretty frustrating, but there's honestly no point in getting mad about it. Ba-da-bam, ba-dam, ba-ba-ba-dam. Maybe the tower can also attack a certain enemy that attacks the towers. Yeah, that could be an interesting idea. The question is, what can you do about that as a player? Can you stop the enemy from destroying your tower, or can you maybe free the tower by touching the tower? Oh yeah, that's actually something. I actually like that, because that is... I guess that is something that would force you to move around more. Brown Rice came here just to say goodnight. Well, good night, Brown Rice. Have a nice stream. Thank you. Schlinkorn, welcome, 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 welcome. You basically, everybody who just joined, you basically didn't miss anything except for building a new cool level that then crashed, and now we have to rebuild it. Alright, this time I'm not gonna make the same mistake. I'm gonna abuse that save button. Problem is, when you created it one time, then you're... I mean, I was really in love with how that level layout turned out last time, and now the question is, will I be able to reproduce that? Probably no. Something like this here, right? And then... See, I already pretty much forgot how this looked like. Somewhat like this, right? Yeah, it's gotta be possible to shoot down here. Let's not forget to save. Put in the goal. Oh, sorry, this is not the goal. Obviously, this is where the enemies come from. Which reminds me that we need to block those exits. Don't want the player to leave without permission. No, no, no. Okay. For some reason, as I've said, the second time you build it, it just doesn't look as good as the first time around. I have no idea why that is, but That's how it is. Okay, let's save that. I'm not gonna let that happen again. Now let's create the paths real quick. This is gonna be the long path. Do I need to create them in this direction or in the other direction? That's what I forgot. Yeah, they need to go in the other direction. Mm-hmm. That is the first path done. Next one's gonna go through here. Oh, maybe there should be a way to shoot down on those as well then. Opening up a couple more movement options. How do you like this level layout? Do you think this looks fine? Okay, last path. GGG. Could be fun if that is a really short rush distance here. So you really need to be careful about those. Oh dang, which direction did I build this path in? Ah, was the correct direction. Oopsie doopsie. Okay, let's set a reasonable start position for the player. For example, down here. Player, player, player. Let's move the AI down here as well. Okay, then where could we put the reset button? Maybe in here. Will you accidentally touch that here? I mean, yeah, that can definitely happen. There's not really a good place for it. Damn it. Oh no, what's wrong with this path? Now GameMaker obviously decided to remove that console for me. That is very nice. Maybe we can find a little bit of a gap in a wall here. Yeah. Very nice. Now let's make sure you have a couple of turrets to defend yourself. Okay. Well, I mean, that is definitely a little bit of an issue here, that you cannot see where the enemies will be coming from. But I guess you'll know after the first round which paths these enemies can take. Just a little bit of a shame that there's not really any good indication in the level design. But I think it's worth it for the maneuverability, that you can just pretty much go from everywhere to everywhere. That is nice. Program a game that saves the project every minute. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Good idea, Schlingelkorn. Antiquio Games, hello! Looks alright. Do you have any tips for working in small teams? I already have my team, we just need to work a bit faster. Yeah, I have to think about that. What exactly are the issues in your team? Are you not efficient enough? I think one of the biggest time sinks when working in a team is probably all of the discussions, right? There are a lot of things you want to discuss. Everybody kind of wants to take part in deciding where the game goes and taking all of the decisions. That I can see that that's one of the biggest time sinks. So what we do is we just have one team meeting every day where we discuss the most pressing things, and it still takes a lot of time. It's somewhere between 20 and 60 minutes every day. But I definitely try to make sure that it's not any more than that. And one thing you can do is just reducing the amount of times you have those discussions. So, I mean, having one discussion, one little meeting a day feels like it's probably enough for small teams. In my opinion. I'll think about it some more. Maybe I'll make a video about it if you're interested in that topic. Okay, let's make a new enemy spawner for this and try it out. It seems like I did not put the enemy spawner on the correct minigame layer. Of course not. Okay. Yeah, right. We have to rename the path real quick. then I think 3 tower defense levels are probably enough. After that we can go back into some default value snail content, and then probably we already have more than enough levels for the bubblegum level anyway, even though there are still a couple of mechanics I would like to try. Tower defense, shoot down 1. Two, and path number 3. Let's save. And just simply replace all of these paths here. And this time I should not reuse this code, otherwise the spawn patterns will look too similar. I'll do all of that from scratch just for the sake of testing. Let's do like this. Okay. Now we have to put that object in here, and then we should be ready to go. Beep, 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 beep. Oh yeah, right, and we need to make sure the player shoots downwards, so equip gun is, I think 3 is the correct one, if I remember correctly. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody. Other question, why do we have a glove on my head? I have that challenge where I try to have another or a new trendy look every single day. This is my trendy look for today. That's the short answer. Yeah, and also it's quite handy. That's right.
Would you be so kind and start moving now?
Okay, let's place a couple of turrets. Shooting them from the top definitely feels a lot different than shooting them from the bottom or shooting them from the sides. I'm not entirely sure I like it.
This never gets old.
I just lost, by the way. Probably need some better feedback for that as well. The problem with shooting them from the top is that you can't really keep doing it for a very long amount of time. And also it's a little dumb that you can't see where these enemies are going, so these enemies here with their really short rush distance hit you a little bit by surprise, I think. That's how quickly they reach the bottom.
Oh, what a desperate attempt.
I'm not sure about shooting down. Not quite sure how I like that.
OMG, why do you keep lying there?
feels like you have a smaller impact as a player.
Not even close.
Okay, I have a little bit of a dumb idea. Let's try it out. What if we put in a couple of bubbles? That you can use to gain height and stuff like that. Maybe that gives you a bit more maneuverability. Okay, maybe that's too many, but let's just test this out. Jonas is setting trance. Yeah, definitely. Did anybody play Zero Deaths? Nope, not yet, but looks like a great game. Now I need to replace all of those turrets. Maybe this amount of bubbles is even a little annoying. Yeah, it doesn't really help.
Your opening bracket, not clothing bracket, making humanity proud XD.
Is it just me, or is the frame rate not really all that good at times? Maybe I was mistaken. Okay, let's conclude. I think blah blah blah. I think shooting downwards was a little bit of a dumb idea. I kind of like the idea of having these bubbles in here. But they also create quite a bit of additional visual clutter, so maybe we shouldn't. I'll just not give up on it just yet. That's a little dumb, because now the entire level is designed around shooting downwards, and now we figured out that shooting downwards isn't really all that fun, because you can't really hit the enemies all that much. You gotta go? Good stream? Okay. Bye-bye. Antique Gear Games, thanks for stopping by. Now we have to replace all of those. The thing is, it's also pretty hard to strategize when you don't know the path of the enemies. already tell that shooting sideways is quite a bit more fun than shooting downwards. It's like you're having a bigger impact at the earliest. I'm a little surprised. I feel like the visual clutter in this level is quite a bit higher than in the levels before. Not entirely sure why that is. Maybe we have a little too many turrets, and as I said, also the paths are not all that clear. Okay, this just for some reason not really working as well as it should. I wonder if I can make it a little more clear where enemies will go. Yeah, that could work. Now it looks like enemies have a little bit of a more defined path down here, down here. The paths, those two paths will be very similar then though. Maybe this one can even be extra long. Take this extra round here, I don't know. I don't know, man. Looks more clean like this. Definitely looks more clean like this. This might work as well. Oh, what the hell? Okay, this seems like it's still working quite well as well. Can bring it a little further down here. Very nice. Okay. Okay, I like the setup. It's fewer turrets than in the level before, which could be quite interesting as well, because setting it up won't take as long, and maybe you'll have to make a little more... You can spend a little more time thinking about every turret, which one you want to place there. And, oh, by the way, now that I look at it, that's definitely more than enough turrets to place. So let's say we put a splasher here, and a basic here, and a basic here, and a basic here. Ah, dang it! You can't get up there, except when you jump on that terminal. No, that's exactly not what I wanted. Okay, now I have a good place for the terminal. Worry no more. This is the perfect place. Okay, let's play this. Pie, pie, pie. Everyone smash the like. Okay. How that feels in terms of visual clutter.
Make humans great again.
I'm wondering, maybe we should get rid of this gap entirely, make it really, really obvious that it can only be attacked through this alleyway here. But then again, this is probably better for maneuverability. And a gap like this will also communicate it quite well, but it's too tiny to jump through properly. Okay. Okay, I think I'm happy with this level layout. Now we can think, do we want any additional enemy types for this? And if yes, which ones do we want to have? That's an interesting question. minor improvements I want to make here. If you give this a little bit of a stair shape, it's easier to aim at enemies coming from the side, because you can decide which of these stairs you want to stand on. And then here I feel like we should bring this further down so you can more easily jump up there. Okay, this I feel like looks pretty solid. New enemy type, new enemy type. We're gonna make an enemy type that disables turrets. I don't want to set these all up again when I test this. A bit of a problem as well, is that you really don't have to move a lot, you can just keep standing down here. Because all of the enemies need to go through there anyway, so... Making enemies disable these turrets does not sound like a super horrible idea, so at least you need to go up to these turrets every now and then. Repair them. Okay, let's try to create a new enemy type. Where do we have the enemy sprite? In minigame, star defense, enemy strong. Okay, I have no idea how that will look, but we'll see. I'm gonna remove that red from all of these sprites. Let's create a new enemy. Duplicate. Okay, that can pretty much have the exact same sprite. Add a time variable. So we can animate that sprite a little bit. Okay, let's test that enemy out. I wanted to remove pretty much all of this anyway. Gemmer. Create one of these gemmers. Let's see how that looks, and then if those get close to one of the turrets, they should be disabled. Islanders looks good, thank you. Glad to hear that. I've been working on Islanders pretty much for the entirety of the day. And I still think we should definitely do an Islanders development stream sometime in the future. I just have to find something we can do because honestly the kind of work I do on Islanders at the moment is super boring. Would probably not make for a great stream. Okay, yeah, that actually... that does not look... does not look bad. Now let's make it disable turrets. Wouldn't be too hard now that I think about it. We can just add an enabled variable to all of the turrets. And then they should all obviously only fire when they're enabled. When they're enabled, they'll get this color, otherwise we'll make them grayed out or something. Merge color. See, gray. And we'll just put that into the step event, because who cares about performance? And now that jammer enemy just needs to disable nearby turrets. It shouldn't be too hard either. And maybe we'll do that every 20 frames or something like that, just to save a little bit of a performance. Something like every 10, 20 frames. Okay, let's compromise 15, 4 times per second. So here I'll just basically loop through all of the turrets that we have on the field, and then I'll measure the distance to every single one of them, and if they're nearby, they will be disabled. So let's say if the distance is smaller than 200, turret will be disabled. And if we collide with the player, it will be enabled. Okay. And then I feel like to force the player to move around a little more, we should put some more turrets up here and fewer turrets here. Maybe, okay, we'll have one here. Is your final defense. But then I'd rather have another one up here that you might have to enable again after it has been disabled. There are already a couple of them that you'll have to enable again, and then maybe in this lane is not exactly where we'll send the jammers. Can I promote it on the channel? On which channel do you want to promote it? On your channel? Let me check out your channel, but in general, obviously yes. Promoting Islanders is definitely always appreciated. Oh geez, you have quite a sizable channel, yes. If you send us a mail at hellogrizzlygames@gmail.com, you can have a review key before it's out. Just shoot us a mail and we'll put you on the list. You'd like to see another Islanders gameplay stream? Well, I suggest you subscribe to Cheese Official. I assume he might have you covered sometime soon. But I will definitely make another Islanders gameplay stream as well before launch. Falcor, hi. Do you know how many objects GameMaker can handle before it crashes? I think that depends on a lot of factors. how many variables you have in those objects, and probably also which machine you're running on. And also GameMaker probably doesn't crash exactly, probably gets more just the IDE probably gets more and more unstable the more objects you have, and then obviously the game just runs slower if you have too many objects. I didn't check Islanders about the price tag. Is it free? Just asking.
This is boring.
No, it will not be free, but it will have a very low price tag. Will be $5. Check out your channel as well real quick, because you have that little... Oh my god, we have another big YouTuber in chat. That's cool. Yeah, send us a mail. You'll get it for free, obviously.
Get going.
Okay, what do we do? Let's put a splasher here. A couple of basic ones here and there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Should have read the bug message. Okay, let's read the bug message. So that's stupid that I don't do that. Point distance. Oh, seems like there's a typo. Oh, that is weird. Why does he not complain about .x? That is really weird. Weird. Third parent, xy, turret.x, turret.y, and here I set the turret variable. I mean, it does contain that variable. Okay, I'll need to place all of those again. Ah, you're a game dev as well. I won't understand anything of your content. Oh, what a shame. Great, I'm gonna shoot your mail. Let's blow this thing up. That would be absolutely epic. Thank you very much. Cheese official. Honestly, doesn't. Why do I even think about which turrets I want to place? Gonna crash anyway. But why? Unknown object dot y. Not set before reading it. But why don't you complain about the x variable? Why? That's one of the strangest things I've seen in a while. Oh, what is this? Okay. Seems like I wasn't very focused when I wrote that. Now it will work. That was it for sure. Where can I find the Gmail? You can just go to the Grizzly Games YouTube and click on the email contact in the About section. It's probably one of the easiest ways. But if I remember, I'll just put you on the list after the stream. Problem is just I sometimes don't remember. Oh, is the turret disabled now? Oh yeah. Oh, seems like I can't enable them. What a pity. Why the hell did I put that into the enemy? That makes no sense. That needs to go into the turret parent when that one collides with the player. Then it should be enabled, and also at the moment it's not really possible to tell if they're enabled or not. Oh, just don't tell me I did put that into the in here as well. No. They put it into the step event maybe. Oh yeah. Cool. Now it will work. It will work. Oliver's epic tree is up. Everything's fine. I have to go. I'll send a tweet. Yeah, that works as well. Awesome. Do you always wear gloves like this? No. I wear a different hat every single time. Obviously, when the level restarts, all of these turrets should be enabled again. You in our restart sequence. Scripts, room control, room reset. All that enabled to true, so they can shoot again. That would be a little weird otherwise. I think I'll increase the range of that effect a little bit as well. Let's set the range to 230, 40, 240, something like that. And let's reduce the HP to 65, because that's probably still hard enough, as you have to kill it all by yourself. Turrets are not really helping you all that much, I feel like, for killing that enemy. Is this Unity? No, this is GameMaker. Islanders was made in Unity, but for this game I'm using GameMaker Studio 2. Beep, 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 beep. No, why did I fall down? Also, can you protect turrets by standing next to them? Yeah, I mean, they're still flickering a little bit. Let's add some stairs there as well. So we can shoot enemies coming from this direction a little better. Nice. Nice indeed. I wonder if I just place snipers here, if they can destroy that enemy by themselves. I'm not sure if it needs to create those super mean projectiles.
Well, took you long.
No, we don't want to leave that level yet, sorry. Okay, I mean, let's give them 70 HP maybe, compromise. And now let's get started with writing the wave spawns. So I'm not sure we want to have one of these jammers come in right at the beginning. Maybe we'll just start with a couple of small enemies. From lane 2. A couple from lane 3. Then a little bit later we can bring in the first jammer on lane 1. And then once again quite a bit later we'll bring 7 normal enemies. On this lane. Let's try that. surprisingly easy to kill. Nice. Somehow this looks a lot less cluttery than before, and it starts being quite fun. Actually, I think we might be able to give those jammers more HP. Bring them back to the original 80. Because, yeah, seems to work. Okay, let's make that wave a little longer. Let's give the player a bit of time and then spawn another jammer on lane 2. Followed up by a couple of bad guys on lane 3. Let's test it. Sirius07, hello, welcome. Welcome. Suddenly the sun is shining in my face again. That hasn't happened in a long time. It's kind of funny because I didn't change anything about my setup, it's just the sun is shining from a different angle apparently. Can't see anything crazy. That is that's too much downtime. I don't deserve that much downtime. Oh, let me fix that light real quick. Programmers can't stand light. Sirius07. Okay, sorry, I can't remember those name pronunciations. It will never happen. I'm so sorry. When I wanna reset that layout, I have to go here. Would probably be more intuitive to have that somewhere close to your protection point, the thing that you have to protect. Yeah, of course. Calm down. I really like these disabler enemies because they leave you with a lot of interesting choices. Do you wanna keep shooting at them so they don't disable even more turrets? Or do you wanna instantly go back to the old turrets and repair them? Jeez, and then when you wait too long with destroying them, then these stupid annoying explosions block your way for half an eternity. that one down quite quickly. Like the turrets are not really dealing a lot of damage. Or which difficulty are we playing on? Rage mode? I mean, let's just place a couple of turrets and see what happens if we don't do anything. I'm kind of curious on that. Basic splasher, basic. What happens if we don't do anything? Can these turrets destroy a couple of enemies? Are they even worth it? I mean, yeah.
Keith, wake me up when you're ready.
Let's be real, they're not doing a lot. Maybe the turrets should be a little stronger, but then I would have to go back to the previous levels and rebalance them entirely. Maybe the jammers shouldn't explode, I'm not sure. I definitely feel like very mean enemies. Except for when you focus them down quickly. But maybe, you know, maybe it's not even all that bad when they disable the turrets because they don't seem to do all that much anyway. A little tricky to balance this out properly, because one problem is also if I make the turrets stronger, then the player will automatically feel weaker and you won't be required to move around as much because you can leave a lot more work to the turrets if you place them correctly. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll make all of the turrets slightly stronger. By the way, these stats are completely irrelevant. They stay always stay on level 1. Basically can get rid of all of that sometime. But not now. No. So let's add 20% to all of the turret damage values. No, never do math on stream, never ever do math on stream. How could I forget about that golden rule? Damage, oh yeah, that's obviously a good solution, just write type times 1.2. Then I don't have to do any math at all. Geez, those snipers definitely pack quite a punch. And then to compensate for that, I'll just increase the HP values on the second 2 levels. Maybe I don't even have to do that in this level, but in the previous one I definitely should. And I won't increase that by 20% because the damage of the player projectiles have not increased. So I need to be a bit careful about that. Okay. So that might be a reasonable balancing compromise. Definitely makes sense to worry about that now, because the more of the levels already done, the more rebalancing will be required if I want to change any of these parameters later. One thing that'd be interesting to see is what these turrets do now when we don't do anything. They shouldn't be able to destroy these waves entirely by themselves, but if they can get them really, really low, that would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, that first wave got pretty much obliterated. I feel like that is balanced out quite nicely. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, something got through. There's still a bit of polishing that needs to be done for these levels. Quite a bit more work than expected, for example. Oh, come on. Those are flying exactly in between the lanes. That is super annoying. Gotta fix that. They are flying in between those lanes for an eternity. That's better, I hope. Why is there a glove on my head? Why does everybody keep asking that? Isn't that a normal thing to do? The music never gets old. Well, glad to hear it. Why fix that? Oh, you mean that the enemies are flying in between those lanes? Because then you can't shoot them. Gets a little too easy. Don't quite understand why. Oh, that's probably because this is supposed to be a jammer and I didn't turn it into a jammer. Then one mean thing we can do is as well is just bring in a couple of these small dudes. And with a couple, I mean quite a lot of them. From lane 1. Because that's where I've placed a lot of snipers so far. So if I feel like if I just place snipers there, that will probably not work if we send a wave like this. Let's try it out. Just part of the challenge. Harder to hit. Yeah, it doesn't really feel fair though. It's not a challenge in a good way. There are other ways to make it challenging that make it more fun. It's weird to have a glove on your head in most countries. Well, not in Crazy Town. In Crazy Town, it's a very normal thing to have a glove on your head. Players will find a way. You're probably right. But I would prefer it if the main challenge in this level would consist of, first of all, choosing the correct turret types and then going into the right places in the right time, defending the correct enemies. And you still need quite a bit of aim to hit them. There's Splasher. This works. Let's try to focus that one down real quick so it doesn't disable all of our turrets. I kinda like how that plays out.
Well.
We do need more jammers though. So that's pretty small and incremental changes. I kind of have to see how this feels to decide what should come next. Takes a couple of tries. Are you right? It's frustrating to player. It's not good, yeah. Glad we're on the same page here. turrets again. Jeez, no, this round is not going well. All of my turrets are getting deactivated. Got a bad start. It's like that can really spiral out of control. You don't destroy that one here quickly. Yeah, that was just dumb. No. That feels like a really overpowered start though, just shooting those small ones through this gap here, getting a lot of damage in on them and then instantly getting quite a lot of damage on that. I like that. That feels like a neat little trick that players can figure out. And then you'll have to move here. Defend that. Re-enable those turrets. Oh no. Jesus Christ, this is stressful. As it should be.
Well.
Okay, let's make this level a little bit longer. Just a little bit. So definitely need a little bit of a break after that. And then maybe we can spawn a couple of normal enemies again. How about 5 on every lane? How about after that we do a massive jam around? Ooh! I have no idea if that's even possible to stop, but we'll see. After that, for the finale, we'll just bring in a couple of small ones on lane 1, a couple of normal ones on lane 2 and 3, and that should be long enough. That should definitely be long enough. Will that be impossible? Probably. Let's be real here. Oh, one thing I'm wondering about is, should the end boss of this chapter also be a tower defense level? Very, trick again. Get a bunch of damage on these, then get a bunch of damage on this one. Oh no. Oh no, that one got... Oh! Oh. That's why these levels are supposed to be relatively short, because replaying too much of that is just no fun. Oh, I got a good start this time though. Or did I? Uh-oh. Oh no. But we're also playing on Rage mode right now. There are different difficulty settings. No, why did I go to the right? We didn't even get to the hard part yet. We didn't even get to the part where there are 3 jammers at once. Maybe I just got lucky earlier and heavily underestimated the difficulty of this. No! Why am I so stupido? Is this fun to watch, by the way? I have no idea. Oh no, no, I missed this one. No. Yeah, I feel like before these things explode, there needs to be a little bit of an extra warning. Doesn't really feel fair at times. Okay, let's focus on this one. Okay, now let's make sure those don't get through. Enable all of these objects. I like it, I like it. I just don't know what to shoot at. Ah! Ah, there are a lot of smallies. Oh no. No. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, so before these 3 jammers come in, we need a little more time. Yes, a little more time, please. And then maybe here as well, just a little more time. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's pretend we've beaten this level. I've certainly never done anything like that. Can't remember doing that. So now that we've got a couple of different enemies coming in here as well, might be a reasonable call to put a sniper here as well, and to put a let's put a sniper here, and a splasher here, and a sniper here, and a pleasure here. And let's see if that turret layout makes it any easier. Maybe I just had the wrong turret layout so far. Nice. Oh no, I'm scared. See, that's really cool. Now all of my turrets over there are deactivated and I need to enable them again while dodging a shitload of projectiles. Yeah, that feels really nice. Oh no, I just gotta make sure this crap here doesn't get through. Oh, 3 of these at once is just... pretty brutal. Let's try it again. Made it a little easier. Let's just pretend we've beaten that. Oh, geez, already streaming for 1 hour 50 minutes, but I think this level already plays really well. Made good progress today. Let's run this into basic. Probably makes a lot of sense here. My turrets can at least take care of the small ones down there. Oh no, my way was blocked by projectiles. I wanna do it though. I know I can do it. Definitely quite a fun challenge. I really enjoy playing this. Oops, that was a little bit of a mess up. So all of the small ones might get through. But you can still recover, which is nice. Ah, no, not if you jump into a projectile, then you can't. Dang it, now if all of those small ones coming in at the top here and my splashers were still disabled. It's not good, not good. Yeah, this feels a little more reasonably timed. Even though, Jesus, will I be able to get that one? Oh, jeez. Come on, I'll get them. Yes, 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 finally! Oh my god.
You long enough, nothing to be proud of.
Whew. Pretty crazy and fun level, not gonna lie. If you have any more questions or suggestions you would like to discuss with me, please post them in the chat now. I'll be reading chat for a couple more minutes and then we'll just call it a day. Definitely was quite a fun stream, I think. There will not be a stream tomorrow. No stream tomorrow because I'm busy. Unfortunately, I have to take care of my little sister. A little bit of babysitting. Yeah. So live stream will return Wednesday, and hopefully Friday we'll have a cool Islanders behind the scenes making of video. If I can get my hands on some previous builds, that would be very awesome. Have a look at that. Poip GG. Well, cool. Thanks for watching. If you don't have any more questions, which doesn't look like it, then I'd just say keep making games, keep staying awesome. Obviously, keep watching. Just not today. Have a nice day. Yeah, I wish the same to you. Jeremy? Yeah, cool. Thanks everybody. See ya.